also in the church. We want to clear up the myth that, yeah, God have a hand in this, and this stuff that happened with domestic violence, and it's not permissible that women are mistreated in the church, not according to God's plan. So my goal today is to help us to forge a partnership between the secular world and the faith-based communities to come together to bring about a better understanding and a greater effort and coming together to overcome domestic violence. I was brought up to realize that knowledge is power. And part of what happens with domestic violence that causes it to remain so rampant is that it's kept a secret. And the resources are kept a secret. As we want to talk about a few things this morning, I know they had me down for an hour. All I need is just a few minutes this morning. We have a number of heavy hitters here that have come on board, and Sister Isis said, we had said today, because we have a plan. If everything that we've planned, we'll do it a certain way. And if not, we can always improvise. And of course, you must have counseled with her, or you were a good mentor, because that's what we started out doing, is making it work. The partnership that I want to introduce this morning, not introduce, but to continue to encourage, because all the groups have already started, is how we're going to bring the church and the community together, the secular world community together, that we can support each other as we attempt to identify the problems related to domestic violence and look at the various differences. We can't just look at domestic violence, especially where all women are concerned, without looking at the system, yes, but look at the pieces and the parts, because each race, each culture require special consideration to deal with some of the special cultural needs and cultural differences. And so in addition to looking at overall domestic violence, I really had a goal to focus on the needs of Afro-American women as one of the marginalized populations that we need to look at. And unfortunately, with black women and black families, we look at the high rate of the occurrence of domestic violence and the severity of it, but it's the area where there's the least research done. We said knowledge is power. So then if there's a lack of knowledge, we can see the kind of bondage that's continued to be perpetuated on the victims, especially black women. And if we don't look at the needs of the black women, we can't look at the needs of the black children. Babies do not come out and say, okay, congratulations, you're a perpetrator. They're not born a perpetrator. They're born into environments that produce this attitude, this mindset. As a therapist, and I'm working with the perpetrators a lot over the years, and I want to thank Maureen for being here too. I called on the phone. We were talking. I was talking about this idea, and we needed some speakers to come in and support us with this. And I said, well, I know Maureen. I happen to have a number on my contact, and my son taught me how to do this on this nice fancy gadget I have. I'm gonna miss him when he goes into the Air Force. I had Maureen's number there, and I had Ann's number, and I called them both, and I left the message, and they got back and said yes. But part of what I want to do then is continue to look at this partnership to address some of those specific needs.